Good morning once again, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Cognizance. Of course, I'm your host with the most, Kevin Cook. Not bad. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Today is Tuesday, August something. It doesn't matter to me because the only thing that matters is that I show up for you every day and give value. And I'm glad that you're here watching. I'd like to know where you're coming from, though, so drop me a little comment below where you're hailing from. And hopefully you guys are here to receive value and to increase and improve your life. Coffee with Cognizance is designed to help increase your level of awareness. A level of awareness of what? Of who you really are. What's up, Jacob? Good morning, buddy. Who are you? You see, today we are studying about an amazingly important principle called confidence. Good morning, Dawn. How are you? Dawn's at the lake taking her walk. Wonderful. Thanks for joining from the lake. Maybe send us some pictures so we know where you are. Make us all jealous. So in Coffee with Cognizance, our new chapter is on confidence and autosuggestion. What is that, you might ask? Well, it's the way to overwrite your subconscious programming. What does that mean? So if you've been raised a certain way to believe a certain way about yourself or about others, that's kind of been programmed into you. Hey, Greg, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. So we're talking today about how you've been programmed, and the programming, you'll know what your programming is if you look at your results. Okay, so your results might be good, bad, or ugly, or awesome. It doesn't matter. Whatever your results are, it's a result of your programming. So think about it as a child. Everybody can understand this. As a young child, anything you say to them, we always hear that, oh, they're sponges. They absorb it all. That's right. You learned English because you were just a sponge. You learned how to do math and how to do your alphabet and all of that because you're just a sponge. Well, there's other things in your subconscious programming that may not be serving you. Okay, so think about the money you make, the relationships you have, the job you have, how happy you are in life, the way you perceive things. Are you anxious, depressed, stressed? What are the things in your life where you would like to make some changes? Because the cool thing about this is that you can actually change who you are. Like, I want you guys to really understand this. You can change who you are. If you're not getting a certain result you want, like for me, recently I'm not getting enough clients. I'm not happy enough. I'm not, whatever it would be in that moment. And there's a way to change it. And one of the best ways to change it and easiest ways to change it is to develop your confidence. Confidence in yourself. See, confidence is said that it's said that confidence comes from knowing. They say you know, and you know that you know. But think about it from a self-confidence perspective. That must mean that you know yourself. Well, ask yourself that question. Do you really know yourself? Have you ever taken time to study yourself? I mean, when you went to school, you probably studied arithmetic, English, social studies, science, home ec, PE. Let's think about what else. Did you ever take a class on me? On your self-image? On how you perceive yourself? On who you really are? No. At least I didn't. If you did, please drop a comment down below and let me know what this class was called, what school you went to, who your teacher was, and what you learned from it. I guarantee you, I hope I'm wrong, I guarantee you nobody puts a comment down there because it just doesn't happen. So this week the next 3 weeks actually, we're going to be studying on confidence, understanding really what confidence is and where it comes from. And then we're using a principle out of chapter 4 in Think and Grow Rich on auto-suggestion. So think about it. Auto meaning self and suggestion meaning, of course, to suggest to yourself new concepts of who you are. It's so powerful, guys. What's up, Ali? I've been journaling since I was 15, also homeschooled. Okay, buddy. Well, maybe you had a different experience than the majority of us. Did you ever homeschool yourself, or did your parents ever homeschool you on confidence, on who you are and what you're capable of truly accomplishing in life. I would love to know that. So the very first thing that I want to run by you guys is this. This is my self-confidence formula. And if you'd like a copy of this, drop me a comment and I will send it over to you. But this has really changed my life. And all of my clients that use this completely transforms their life. Why? Because they were never taught to have self-confidence. Now, you might be confident in like how good you are at sports or how good you are at dating or whatever it might be. You might have an area of life where you are confident, and actually everybody is confident in something, or maybe in many things, but not directly. They came after I graduated massage school. Okay, all right. Yeah, so if you didn't learn it before the age of like 7, you had to learn it later in life, and chances are it's not ingrained in you. Well, we have an opportunity, when you understand the mind and how it works and how to reprogram, to change it, okay? So I'm going to explain the exact science and how to do that, and I'm going to do it briefly this morning, and then I'll invite you to the 8:30 call this morning on Zoom, where you can really dig deeper into it, because we only have so much time this morning. But the self-confidence formula is incredible. And then Think and Grow Rich auto-suggestion presented by Golden Ticket Coaching. This, my friends, is so, there's so much to it. We spent 3 weeks going through it. We read it over and over and over, and we really truly understand what it is to have to practice auto-suggestion. And auto-suggestion is where we speak directly to your subconscious mind. It's the part of the mind that gets all of the results. And I want to be really clear about this. Let me give you a picture here to make you help you understand it. Let that circle represent your mind. Okay, and if you guys have any questions right now, just drop it in the comments and I'll get to it. Let this represent your mind, and let this represent your body. Okay, if you've ever studied Bob Proctor, this is his stick man. Now, we're going to connect the mind and the body because they're always connected. Anything that happens in the mind must produce a result through your physical body. Okay, this is very important to understand this. But the mind is actually divided into 2 categories. It is the conscious mind, the part that thinks, and then you have the subconscious mind, also known as the feeling mind, the mind that feels, and it's where all your results come from. About 97%. I'm going to try to write this. I don't know how to do this, guys. I'm going to put 97%. Hopefully you guys can read that. 97% of all of your results in life come from your subconscious mind. And guess what? Here's another factoid for you. Your subconscious mind is 1 million times more powerful than your conscious mind. So you can think a thought right now like, oh man, Kevin is on fire and he is teaching me some good shit and I'm going to change my life. As soon as you get off this call, it's gone. It is, because it hasn't become subconscious. You don't actually believe that. You think it and you know it, but you don't believe it. So the only way to really recondition your subconscious mind is through either an emotional impact, which can happen during like a one-on-one coaching session or like a group coaching session where everybody is just kind of, that energy is like impactful, or through the spaced repetition of ideas, okay, studying the same thing over and over and over and over. And that's what this chapter is all about. It teaches you how to recondition the mind and what to do. Because right now, you're using repetition on a daily basis, and you're using it to probably get the results you don't want to get. That's why you're getting them. But it's not even your fault. It's because you've been programmed. You're just a robot. You're just performing the same actions. And it's not even the physical action that you're performing. It's the mental thought that produces the physical reaction that you've got on autopilot. And so what you would do is you'd write down all the things that are not going right in your life, all the ways that all the things that you would like to change. You know, I'm not getting the clients I like. I'm not as happy as I'd like to be. I don't have the body that I'd like to have. I'm not as healthy as I'd like to be. My kids aren't listening to me when I talk to them. I mean, you name it, okay? I've had so many people come to me over the years with different things. It's endless. There are some common things, but it's endless, the things that you could be wanting better results on. And it doesn't matter what it is. That's the really cool thing about it is it doesn't matter what it is. You can change it. But you've got to turn it over to the subconscious mind, because it's 1,000,000 times more powerful than just sitting here having this thought that, oh, I'm going to change it. You know, go read another book. It's not going to change it unless you read that book 50 times and you finally understand what's in the book. You see, my mentor, Bob Proctor, has been studying Think and Grow Rich for almost 60 years. Think about that. I mean, that's twice as long as I've even been alive. He's been reading the same damn book. And most people would just get sick and tired of it. They'd be like, I'm not going to read that book again. But he keeps doing it. Why? Because he understands how the mind works. And it's not hard. It's not hard. That's the coolest thing. It is just repetition. And it, you know, for me, it took having somebody that was there to hold me accountable, to follow up with me, that really cared, that wanted to see my results change as much as I did, and just to help with that repetition. And getting back to confidence. Confidence is, only you can develop confidence. This is the thing. Hey, mama. Everybody say hi to my mama. Mama, drop me some love. Drop me some hearts. Only you can change your self-image. Okay, we all have an image, and this was determined back in about the 30s when Psycho-Cybernetics was written. Dr. Maxwell Maltz determined that as a plastic surgeon, as he would do surgery on people, some of them would have this, oh my God, I look amazing, while other people that he did just as good a surgery on, they would not see the new face. They'd still see something inferior. So it caused him to postulate that, well, maybe we have two different images of ourselves. We have the one we present to people when we look in the mirror, but we have one that we hold deep inside, okay? And that's the only one that really matters. It's the way you feel about yourself. It's the self-image. And that self-image has been created over time. Most of it was created before you're even before the age of 7 or 8. Because that's when you're being programmed, remember? And your subconscious mind is responsible for 97% of all your results. So if you were not programmed, let's say, to have a good self-image, you won't have a good self-image now unless you've changed it at some point. You know, Bob Proctor says he's changed his self-image 3 or 4 times, and he's 87. So think about that. How often have you changed your self-image? How often have you actually taken a look and written down what you believe about yourself? What do you think about yourself? Do you love yourself? And if you're getting results that are less than what you want, have you decided at all to change that self-image? Because only you can do it. But like I said before, it's very, very, very simple. It's just complex, and it takes time. It takes repetition. It takes understanding how the mind is programmed in order to get better results. Welcome, Joyce. So glad you joined us this morning. Oh, Don, you're so sweet. Yeah, my mama Joyce is here. Mom, have you ever reprogrammed your mind? Have you ever looked at your self-image, the image you hold of yourself, and said, what do I really feel about myself? Yeah, and most people don't. Most people never do, because they are just satisfied with where they are and what they're getting, nor do they believe it's even possible, nor do they even know it's possible. So if this is you, you fall into the same category of 97% of people. So you're not uncommon, but who wants to be common? Who wants to be common? You weren't meant to be common. You are unique and one of a kind, my peeps, and you have greatness within you. You have the ability to do something marvelous in this world. You are a creative being. You are God's highest form of creation. What are you doing with that? Are you selling yourself short? It can stop right now, and I'm going to show you how. Joyce says, yes, sure. Okay, extrapolate. Tell me what that means. How have you done that? You know, they said that Tiger Woods changed his golf swing like 3 times. Someone that's that great, the best golfer in the world, didn't get where he got because he just stayed where he was. He had to evolve. He had to transform his swing. Isn't that incredible? God created us to be great. You are so right, Don. Created us to be super great. But most people aren't asking themselves, what do I want? It's the biggest problem I see, because they don't have the confidence to even think that it's possible to go do anything other than what they're doing. So as you develop this sense of confidence, this sense of knowing who you really are, you realize that you have full potential to do whatever. You know, scripture that goes back thousands of years states this, that we don't even know what we're capable of. Jesus said that you will do greater things than I. Did y'all hear that? Okay, Mom, once I saw I could do things that I thought I couldn't, I gained more courage to do more. Yeah. You see, what happens is when you accomplish something, you have an achievement, that builds confidence in you. And you say, I did that. I think I can do more. That's exactly how it works. More confidence. Great. Well, I'd like to ask you all a question. What's one area of your life, I want you to drop it in the comments, where you would like to develop more confidence? And it could be anything, but I want you to be honest and I want you to be authentic and ask yourself the question, if I could get better results in one area of my life, one thing that I'm working on specifically right now, what would it be? And if you really want to get help, if you really want to change the results you're getting, if you really want to be guided to the method that will help you, then drop that in the comments and we'll definitely help you out with that. So back to the diagram. The conscious mind is responsible for about 2 to 5%. So generally 97% of your results are coming from the subconscious programming that's in your subconscious mind. Now, if you've not taken a psychology class, this might be totally, and for me it was in the beginning as well, but Bob makes it so simple that a toddler can understand it. I mean, so the stick figure represents you. Now, this is the important thing. There's always energy flowing to and through you, okay? The energy, this perpetual transmutation of energy, it's constantly moving to and through you. And you can think a thought, that is energy. When you emotionalize a thought, this is the key, guys. When you emotionalize a thought, that's what brings that conscious thought down into the subconscious mind, and that's when it takes root. Now, you've got to be believing. That's why the scriptures talk about faith so much. You've got to believe. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in the new future that you're conceptualizing. If you don't believe it, it does nothing. Faith, you have to have faith. And faith in who? Faith in yourself many times. Faith in what you're going after. Think of Edmund Hillary that climbed to the top of Mount Everest. I'd have to say he probably believed that it was possible. Otherwise, he wouldn't have started. It would have been ludicrous. Hey, Jess. Good morning. How are you? Thanks for joining us today. We are talking about confidence, as we're talking about in our 8:30 call. But we're helping people understand the mind, the subconscious mind, which is where all of the results come from. And then this is the next part. Anything that's suppressed, that's impressed upon the subconscious mind must seek expression through your physical body. Okay? If you think a thought long enough and you become emotionally involved with it, you will move into action. Okay? And that moves down into the physical body, which produces a result. Now, if confidence is waning for you, chances are your results are going to be limited. Now, back to the self-image. If you have an image of yourself that is less than what you want it to be, your results will be less than what you want it to be. If your image you hold of yourself in your subconscious mind is limited, your results will be limited. But if you have an idea and a concept of yourself in your subconscious mind, meaning you actually feel and breathe and believe this, your results will be a reflection of it. So anytime someone comes to me and wants a new result, the result speaks for itself. It tells me what's happening in their subconscious mind. Then I know how to help change the result by just reprogramming the mind. Now, how quickly can that happen? It can happen, certain things can happen overnight, but most of the time it takes a little bit of time. Now think about it. How old are you? If you're 30, 40, 50, 60, that means you've been programmed for that long. To unprogram, it's going to take a little bit of time. I work with people for 6 months, and we make a lot of headway, but this is a journey that you stay on all of your life to develop a sense of awareness of who you are, and you actually start developing the awareness that you want to have. So you'll determine who you are based on the program you've had, but you can change it. So we'll help you build this new self-image of the person you want to be, and then we'll help you emotionalize that until it sticks and until you start producing the new result. Lynn, Jess, depends on you. Many lifetimes. Yeah, you're right. We believe that, well, some people believe that this life is just one kind of pit stop in the ultimate eternal journey of our existence. And while we're here, we get to experience things that maybe we couldn't experience in the non-physical form of us. But, it's a continual journey. We're always developing. Always developing. I love it. Well, guys, I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope that you have learned a little bit more about how the mind works, about self-image, and I hope you ask yourself the question, what is the image you hold of yourself in your subconscious mind? And you'll know by your results. If you want new results, it's easy. It's simple, but it's complex, meaning you've been programmed for a long time, and it's going to take a little bit to get out of that old programming. In Reiki 2, I took some notes that relate to what you're sharing, but being that it's many lifetimes, many lifetimes, I believe that for sure. So this morning at 8:30, I'll drop a link in the comments. Join us for another Coffee with Cognizance live Zoom training, where we'll read these powerful articles that will transform the way you see yourself and the results that you're getting in life. Until next time, hope you guys have an awesome day today. I'll see you back in the morning for another episode of Coffee with Cognizance. Bye, guys.